No thing is new to God, and no cosmic event ever comes as a surprise. He inhabits the circle of eternity. To God there is no past, present, or future. All time is present at any given moment. He is the great and only I am. I am.
Making me lose it. I found God and I seduced him. Little talk with no clothes, told me all he knows, and I was slow with what he showed, but I got it. I am. My codes without a user. Found the goddess, it's a seducer. Swing straight and tones, rival notes, we got little fell into a tone, and he got me. I am the all. I am. No matter what came, I am the all. I am. We're all one with the universe. I am the all. I am. Everybody knows how to. I am the all. I am. Making me lose it. So I found God and I seduced him. People talk with no clothes, told me all he knows, and I was slow with what he showed, but I got it. My codes without a user. I found the goddess, introduced her, and we told down the rabbit hole as far as it goes, and I don't know what I was shown. I was told I am the all. I am. No matter what came, I am the all. I am. We're all one with the universe. I am the all. I am. Everybody knows how to. I am the all. I am. 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 Making me lose it. So I found God and I seduced him. People talk with no clothes, told me all he knows, and I was slow with what he showed, but I got it. My codes without a user. I found the goddess and seduced her, and we dove down the rabbit hole as far as it goes, and I don't know what I was shown, but I'm God now. My thoughts make me deny it. So I found thoughts so I could fight them. Between straight and blows, rival notes, we fell into a throne, and it got me. I am the all. I am. No matter what came, I am the all. I am. We're all one with the universe. I am the all. I am. Everybody knows how to. I am the all. I am. 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 Everybody knows how to. I am the all. I am.
In our attempts to portray the genesis and generation of reality, this stage may be conceived as the self-differentiation of the infinite one from the infinitude.
intuition, something's missing now with us. Strange vibes, right? Daylight, right? Sunset, set by daydreaming. 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 Done daydreaming. Done daydreaming.
Hello, are we live? Hello, testing. Really? Oh, okay. I think we're live. I think that did it. Can you hear me? Am I here? Am I audible? Here we go. Nice, didn't miss anything. Awesome. I am 5 minutes late from when I wanted to start, but that's fucking nothing compared to how late I was last time from when I wanted to start, which was no fault of my own, but purely a miscommunication between Wirecast and YouTube. Things, they're not computers. I thought computers weren't supposed to have, you know, miscommunications like that. I thought protocols existed for a reason, but I guess not. This time, though, it was my fault. I was not here fast enough to set up the stream. But this hour earlier thing may take a little bit to adjust. Other than that, it's been a wild week since last week. Things have radically changed. I'm no longer in that class. So this is going to be my priority again. And, you know, depending on how things look, I may be streaming more than once a week, and that will be probably the same time in the evening, you know, just to keep myself on track. But this is what we got right now. I have an instrumental for a song that won the Twitter poll, and I'm gonna make sure that it's going to the right place so I can hear it in my headphones before I start playing, because I'd feel like an idiot. That didn't happen. And it was going to the wrong place. What? It's oh wait, that's me. So I can hear it in my headphones before I start playing, because I'd feel like an idiot. That didn't happen. And it was going to the wrong place. What? Apparently there's a monitor happening that I can now hear. And there it is. Of course. Okay. Now. There we go. Okay. Thank you, technology. You've been incredible to me so far. So glad. Oh, and that's not... Hang on, I gotta fix that. Oh, and here we go. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're adjusted. I think we're good. I think this is all set up proper. All proper-like. And I got my mic right here. And I got my controls right here. Alright. Hello, Lunar. Hello, Camo. Hello, Alfie. Hello, Tooch. Hello, Spoonie. Hello, I don't know if... I didn't see... That's all I can see in the chat right now. But hello to everyone else who showed up, and everyone else who isn't talking in the chat, still watching. Hello. Hope you enjoy the stream. Oh, where are they? Anyway, this song is called Smoke Damage. And after this, I'm gonna be working on guitar. Looking at the present's fucking sad. Yes, I tried the blue pill 5 times what I should have had. No, I'm not okay, but nothing broke. Maybe gotta let me die when my dreams go up in smoke. There for me, I know it. Too far away to see, but I'm always moving toward it. It's getting hard to breathe, I don't know why. The air looks clear to me, but the atmosphere is sordid. I'm not about to complain. It's too much time and energy, too long a walk to try to turn back. I'm not the same, it's plain enough to see. But some of us are living in the past. Oh, no, looking at the present's fucking sad. Oh, yes, I tried the blue pill 5 times what I should have had. Jumped out of fire into frostbite. Arms too weak to climb, but still too strong to let go. Gotta let me die when my dreams go up in smoke.
my dreams go up in smoke. Happy New Year from the ashes. I gave my lungs a good telling, my organs 40 lashes. My calendar is stuck. I'd make New Year's resolutions, but I clearly didn't plan on waking up. Oh, I'm getting sick and tired of fucking up. Yes, I tried the blue pill, clearly didn't try enough. Jumped out, fire into frostbite. Been drowning inside out since before I woke. Oh, maybe gotta let me die when my dreams go up in smoke. Feed the fire all you want, you won't take me. Knock me down all you want, watch it phase me. Now I'm moving on and it pains me. They all may want me gone, let it chase me. Feed the fire all you want, watch it. Knock me down all you want, watch it save me. Somehow I'm moving on and it pains me. They all may want me gone, let them chase me. I'm not about to complain. It's too much time and energy, too long a walk to try to turn back. And I'm not the same. I nearly dodged a bullet, but the universe is calling on attack. Oh, and looking at the present's fucking sad. Yes, I tried the blue pill 9 times what I should have had. Jumped out, fire into frostbite. I'm still weak to climb, but still too strong to let go. Maybe gotta let me die when my dreams go up in smoke. Go up in smoke. Go up in smoke. Maybe gotta let me die when my dreams go up in smoke. And that's that song. Oh boy, the second place was in Monsters Nearby. If I'm feeling okay by the end of the stream, I will do my second place song as well. Where's the lyrics? Who's fucking posting? It's oh, where are you posting? Oh, that's I am. Oh, wait. Don't play that. Okay. The lyrics for all my songs are on the Bandcamp pages for them. And the Bandcamp pages are linked in the little corner of the video. I'm pretty sure the person who commented on that is somewhere in the chat. So if you get that message, Bandcamp, highmcase.bandcamp.com is where you can find lyrics. Hello, Xiaoran Lover. Welcome to the stream. Also, hello, Zephyr TV. And Kurisuti. And Nuclear Asteroid. Welcome to everybody. So today I'm going to be doing probably some guitar recording for a new song. It's the one I've been mixing the past few streams. And it's super fucking hot in here. That's the main thing I'm going to be working on. I don't think I need to record any more vocals for it. But you're going to learn a bit about how I record guitar these days. And that'll be fun. I'm going to be... let's see. I need to run out really quick and grab a guitar cable, and I will be back shortly. Let me just... Actually, I gotta start a different project here. Let's see if I can do that without crashing shit.
I still have my mic, but it doesn't have the same filter through it. Oh, I gotta download some additional no, wait, I shouldn't be doing that. Oh, well, we'll see how that works. Oh, boy. Trying to get everything set up before the stream, but it's, it would be great once, you know, I think the ideal thing would be to have a computer I stream on and a computer I work on and not have those be the same thing. But let me get a guitar cable while this is loading. I'll be right back. I have like my guitar cable that I use, and it's never in the same place. Cancel that. I don't need that. Okay. And is this okay? That audio is still bouncing. Okay. Crescent Stars. So this has a total of 3 guitar parts. So this should be a relatively straightforward stream once I get this going. I might need more light. We have more light. Alright, so, where's my talkback? Here, up here. Here's my talkback. Hello. Hello, Crescent Stars. Welcome to the stream. We're recording more light pollution today. Already tuned. I love it. Yes. Okay. So this guitar here has an output as well as it's got pickups in it. And it's got a little panel here for it. And what I like to do is take both the line feed from the guitar, so I plug it into this, and then I also get a guitar feed. So let me get a capo and a pick. Pick. Let's use this golden shark here. I think it's this fret. Hello, Eden J. I should probably adjust this so it shows my guitar. It's actually not my guitar. It's someone else's guitar. I'm just recording with it. So let's see. I need to make... Where do we have... Do we have guitar tracks here? We do. Let me duplicate this one. Left, right. This. And then let's just bring it out. Instead of that, bring it out to stereo output. There we go. And then let's put me in the corner and put this stream real big, and I'm gonna name this Rec GT. So that's our input 1, and there's our input 2. So what happens when I do this? Okay, so I'm getting some input 2 there. So what we get here is, we get the acoustic signal, right? You can hear the mic. You guys know what a guitar sounds like, I'm pretty sure. But then there's also, this part here. If I could turn off my talkback. All right. So, little schedule of what I'm going to be doing is there's three guitar parts to this song. The first one is the main riff. I keep messing up the tail of. And then there's, and then over top of that, the third part is, which I can't play right. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. And I can do those in any order I want. Because after they're done, I can just mix and match them. But the thing is, I can record on both of these tracks at once. And I will get a acoustic signal and an electric signal that I can do anything to. So if I open this amp here, I get this this orange amp, this lovely little. I can change the sound of this and also change the output of it. So let's turn this up a little bit. So the mic's positioned on here. I think I've gone over what Logic's amp sim can do. Bonus points if anyone knows that song. Let's see. So, let's adjust the mic for guitar, which amounts to me doing this. And here we are. Okay, so that clips the video that loud. So let's turn this down a little bit. Let's keep them both around there. Alright, so.
It's long.
Okay. Alright. Here we go, let's start doing takes.
sunset.
Alright. That's 4 takes of that. Oh, wait, can I? Just gotta analyze some shit. I don't want it analyzing shit while I'm working on it. Okay, I think I can turn my talkback mic up a little bit. Just because I gotta have it lower for the guitar. Okay. So let's see. If I'm doing 2 sides, I got 4 takes in so far. I would wager 1 more take because I messed up the first one. But as you can see here, come on. You gonna play my voice? Really? Okay, that's kind of weird. That's not working. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my recording shit today. It just wants to drop out every once in a while. But as you can see here, with each of these takes, I have 2 variants of them. So each one of these takes, they're synced. They're coming from the same source. And if I wanted, I could mix and match them. So that's the cool thing about these. I can get more than one fucking... And they're all synced. And I can blend these however I want. So... That mic placement actually isn't optimal. I think if I turned it more this way. Okay, let's do 4 more takes of these. Is this stream even fucking going? I don't even know. No, it says live. Okay. Just want to make sure. How's the chat doing so far? let's oh. Alright, let's run this through what it's supposed to be run through. One more. All right. It appears I have the formula for how to make this sound good. Let's turn these off so I can fuck with them. So I want these to be what's a good color? Give me a name of any color.
Cyan.
Cyan? Yes. Cyan's a good color. They're the company that made Myst. Let's see. So we got 10 takes of that and like 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 takes of it in good position. So let's move on to you know, I think that's it. I think the whole fucking...
The weather is less.
Oh no, wait, there's the verse. I totally forgot. That's the third guitar part. There's actually 4, I guess. Let's go to the second verse so it doesn't overlap.
It's hard to see through all the fake lies. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. The faces come and go, but they're all talking leaving. 'Cause they say they hate it here, I wouldn't disagree. But if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one celebrating. There's no more solstices, you wonder why that is. When
Okay. Alright, now let's try...
tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. The faces come and go, but they're all talking leaving. 'Cause they say they hate it here, I wouldn't disagree. But if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one celebrating. There's no more solstices, you wonder why that is. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. The faces come and go, but come and go, but they're all talking, leaving, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fade. No one's celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why that is.
Alright, that's 4 takes. Also, here... Wait. Here on stream next to me, out of the shot, is Andrew, who just joined the chat also. Waving hello, bending down to wave hello into the frame. Everybody say hi to Andrew. Andrew's been a huge help in the past fucking hectic week of figuring out what the hell to do with nursing. Yeah, Tooch says hey.
I wanted to say hi to Tooch, but I didn't want to like interrupt.
Oh
be
yeah,
like, hey!
yeah. Oh my god. They're all saying hi. Let's do 4 more takes of this. I might do up to 12 takes of this. Because I gotta do it 2 sides and I want to make sure I have enough.
Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, faces come and go, they're all talking, leaving, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fade. No one's celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, but they're all talking, leaving, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fade. No one's celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why that is. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, but they're all talking, leaving, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fade. No one's celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why that is. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, they're all talking, leaving, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fade. No one's celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why that is.
Alright, that's 8 takes. I want to give my fingers a little bit of time to rest, and then I'm gonna do another 4 takes, and then I'm gonna move on to the, fuck. Those. Which is my favorite part of the song. Oh, this is what I meant about harmonics before. This right here is 3 up from 7. I mean, this is 3 up from 7, so this is the... That's the 2 to 3. That's the 5th. Whereas this, which is the center, that's an octave, so... Fuck. The 5th. Alright, let's get 4 more takes in.
Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, they're all talking even, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one's celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why that is. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, they're all talking even, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one's celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why that is. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, they're all talking even, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one's celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why that is.
Okay, last take.
Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven, the faces come and go, they're all talking even, 'cause they say they hate it here. I wouldn't disagree, but if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one's celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why that is.
I think that's all I need for that. I think I got some pretty good takes of that verse. And I can use them for both of them. Okay, so we got the main chorus part and we got the verse part. Verse. Chorus. Alright. And then what else? There's the dun dun dun.
Through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. Stars, though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. Though it's fake lights, the stars are out tonight. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one cell we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why that is. When I miss all the things we had before we...
Welcome back, Spoonie.
I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why that is. When I miss all the things things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices.
Messing this up.
I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one.
I'm just not playing this right.
I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's when I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's
Alright, I'm thinking there's probably a better way to do this. Let me bring this down a little bit.
I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices. You wonder why there's When I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder. I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why there's. When I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why there's. When I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why there's. When I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why there's. When I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why there's. When I miss all the things we had before we fell apart, in the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why.
That's 20 takes of that. I think I got enough of those. I could probably pull 2 good ones out. I hope I can pull 2 good ones out. If I can't, I don't know. These harmonics are difficult. The electronics probably sound better than the acoustics do. Let's see, what else do I want to do? There is a melody that there's a melody that the... I want to hear myself. Why can't I hear myself? Oh, shit. There we go. So there is a melody that, the chimes play at some point. There we go. I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating, there's no more solstices. You wonder why there's. When all of us don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's
hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out and all of us don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world tonight, the stars are out tonight. Lights, but the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. To see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake.
All right, let's try this.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight.
Alright, I gotta...
But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. 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 Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight.
Alright, so I think I got... What if Nabsablook was a dog? Well, I like this. I don't know what this is, but I like that. Can I play that over?
Lights, but the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out. But the stars are out tonight.
You know what I realized about fucking the fourth universe, the Beast universe?
What?
The phrase "what a strange dog" is eternally true. They're all strange.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight.
Congratulations to MatPat and his wife on the baby. That's cool. Yes, B is not. Okay.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, the stars are out tonight.
Alright, now I know what I'm doing.
The stars are out tonight.
Them bars, let me tell you. Alright, now I know what I'm bar holding chords now. The world. God. MatPat is a good dude, I like him, but making fun of Game Theory. Game Theory is pretty funny. The way MatPat talks is pretty, like I wouldn't imagine a human that I would just, like, approach on the street to ever talk like that. So it's funny. I don't know. Some of the shit is pretty thought-provoking. Some of the early, like, Legend of Zelda shit that he did. I haven't seen a lot of Game Theory since then. I know he basically broke apart the very coherent but unclear lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, MatPat, I know he makes fun of himself. He used to do it in the vein of, like, I'm so great, who cares? But now he, like, from what I've seen more recently, he's a bit more self-aware. Like, he does the, but this is Game Theory, so we're not gonna so we're gonna take this as far as we can. Like, you know, he does that. Hello, Internet, welcome to Baby Theory. Is my kid the best? Yes! Here's what I managed to find out about how great my kid is. God. Hello, stranger, welcome to my empty wallet. Today's topic is whether or not you're going to give me $1 when I ask for it or not. Oh, God. He knows exactly what he's doing. Welcome to Baby Theory.
But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. I
can't get this riff right. Ah.
But the the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights.
I can't bar that top note. And it's like not. You know, wait. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go. That's easy. That's it. Okay, this will be easy.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight.
Or not. Yes.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights. But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna delete all of these, because I know that, like, they're not good. I know that, like, the first fucking, there's like 17 I don't know, I'll just do 2 more and keep them all. Fuck it.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Stars.
Thank you, Slay Me Now.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights. But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights. But the stars are out tonight.
Almost.
But the stars are out tonight.
my thumb cramps up. You know what? I get the first half right every time. I fuck up the second half. I think I'll just loop the first half. I think I have enough of those. This riff is so pretty. Thank you. It's 8 years old. It's just a fourth thing. What happens if I do...
But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight.
One more time.
But the stars are out tonight.
Can't coordinate my hands for this.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight. 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 Oh, it's hard to see through all the fake lights. The stars are out tonight.
This one works better.
But the stars are out tonight. 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 Oh, it's hard to see through all the fake lights. The stars are out tonight. But the stars are out tonight.
One more.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Oh, it's hard to see through all the fake lights. The stars are out tonight.
Alright, that's 34 takes of 3 attempts at a lick to go over that. How many different ways did I played that I played the same one 2 different times, I think. And then I just did that third one. Okay. I'll see which of those fits, and whichever one doesn't fit, I'll save for another song. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I have 1 or 2 songs in my head when I start writing an album that I know will be on that album. And I tried to bleed bits and pieces of either a song that, like, I know is going to be on it, or a song from, like, that I know I'm going to, like, retool heavily. So then my goal my goal for the last one was how many lyrical references for the one like kind of centerpiece, or like the two centerpiece songs on that album, how many pieces of that can I sort of like link to other things? This one is, how much can I pick apart two songs that I wrote 7 or 8 years ago, and then once I pick them apart, how do I do them without using any of those parts? That's basically my goal for this album. And it gives me an innate challenge for every song. And also some past material to work with. Here we go. So, I got some guitar parts. Actually, wait, did these record? Okay, thank God this one recorded on this one. I would have had to do 34 more takes. Spoonie, have you ever thought of doing a cover album? Yes, I have. And I think, like, a lot of my friends who know me know that every around 6 months, I say, oh, what if I did a cover album? And then I don't. I think like Tooch can attest to that. You've probably heard me say, I should do a cover album at least some point, and then not. But I have like 5 or 6 covers sitting around that I just haven't finished. You know, let me find one.
In the archive.
I should at least, there might be some in the archive. Did I? Yeah. Anyone know this song?
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired.
I remember when we were gonna do a cover album.
The way that things have been. Oh, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, the master of my sea. Oh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that looked at me, took to me, shook to me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the pain, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. You made me up, believe it, believe it. You break me down, you fill me up, believe it, believe it. Hey, let the bullets fly, let them rain. My love, my drive, they came from. You made me up, believe it, believe it.
Yeah, so I do covers every once in a while. But you know, since I'm done with all the fucking recording I gotta do, I can just take a little break here and go through some covers. What covers have I done? Oh, fucking, let's see. Trap Queen, I've done a cover of. There's Master of Puppets. There's Sandstorm. There's not really any singing in that. Tom's Diner. Favorite record. That one I want to finish.
Oh, you were working on that one at my house.
Yeah, I remember that. Favorite record. 2015. Yeah, July 2015.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Confess to you riding shotgun.
Yeah, that was me experimenting with a kind of half high-end case, half like pumped up style, and I know that that voice and that like tone is what I'm gonna do for 2 EPs in the future. I don't know how many beans I should spill, but the VIPs pretty much got it's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Thank you. I was on a fucking massive Fall Out Boy kick. And that was like the one like unappreciated song from that album that I really liked. So after High M Case 3, I'm just that might be the last High M Case album. I think 3 is a good place to halt just the me being me. But the next, if anyone liked Jacqueline, Mr. Light had to step away. Well, welcome back. The thing, so Jacqueline, if you were into the style of Jacqueline and you were into the kind of, you know, that whole theme of things, one thing I want to do is delve even deeper into that whole universe. And, at least there'll be 3 of something. Don't say that! Don't say that, don't jinx it! Because for all you know, I won't get to finish the 3rd one. I think everyone likes it. Well, okay, so next year, or late this year, I'm going to be starting another EP project called Crow's-Eyed. And then Crow's-Eyed is going to be the first of a series of shorter EPs that feature characters. Jacqueline was sort of a test run for more of an in-depth original fiction project, and I just wanted to bullshit stuff until I knew what I was doing. But I think I know what I'm doing. And there's a few different styles that I want to use for, you know, take the Jacqueline style and tweak it a little bit left and right. And we're gonna do Crow's-Eyed, which is my bird god character, and then Buzzified is going to be a there's gonna be Buzzified, Serpentide, Starside, and the other ones I forget the names of. But anyway, welcome to the Etcetraverse. I'm gonna do a bit more introducing of that over the course of the 3rd High M Case album, but you're gonna be in it by the time Crow's-Eyed drops. Lots of Ides. Yes. The earth, sky, sea, stars. Yeah, Crow's-Eyed is actually, like, about elements. Buzzified is about... I kind of want to make Crow's-Eyed more about, like, waves, but Buzzified is, they're all specific characters of mine. And I could go on literally forever, about what these characters are and represent. And, I did enough of that earlier today. But, you guys are gonna get the drip feed as it happens. Fluoride, yes. Yes, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wait. Oh, no, it's not 9 letters. It's not 9 letters. It's gotta be 9 letters. I'm prepared for this. Oh, boy. I hope you are. It'll take me, like, 9 months to a year, though. So, hold tight. Let's see. I could get back to editing. How each of these characters seem to map to a beast. Case of Canon will go on forever. Yeah, I don't know. I've developed these characters so far, so deep that it's starting to loop back around in my real life. Since my other username is Cyanide. Oh, I've seen you around, Cyanide. I didn't know you were the same person. Welcome. The 2 eyes give me a fucking homestuck warflash. In what? High M Case? Dragonite, Serpentide, the Crowan, map to Behemoth, Leviathan, and Ziz. Then you said one was a stellar being, judging by his name. Yes, the astrocartographer is a being of stars, and they're gonna be the last EP I do. Unless I get a better idea. But Aster's my favorite OC. Having a mythos that's so developed, it's pretty cool. I think anyone can just sit down and come up with some cool ideas based on, like, I don't know. I think, like, creativity is just a matter of letting things come to you, you know? I'm not special. I've come up with ideas and then seen other people come up with the exact same ideas, like, through a different filter. You can always see where people are like coming from with not coming from as, like, you know, their life context, but where the ideas are sort of like hitting them from, depending on the filter they put on it. I love that shit. I love being around creative people because I get to see all different kinds of filters of the same bullshit spinning fucking tumbleweed that we're all part of. One I couldn't suss out was the bug sounding one. Buzzified. It's Bee Universe. Universe of bees, beetles, and lightning bugs. Dropping my conlangs class so I can sit down and focus on making my language and culture super developed without time constraints. I would say get through the class, then use all the time you want. I would say, you know, get to the point where you have all of the stuff that the class can teach you, and then mess with it. Oh, is Ro DMing for you, Tooch? I don't know, Ro is is it the same Ro? Bee Universe? Sign me up right now. I wouldn't sign up for the fucking Bee Universe, personally. I don't want to be a swarm of bees. It sounds very unsettling. Yeah, awesome. That's cool. I didn't know that Ro is your DM. I haven't talked to Ro in forever. We did that thing where we were like, oh yeah, let's start talking again, and then we didn't. Athena's in the party and she's a bird lady.
That sounds like a fantastic game.
But doesn't that sound like something I said earlier? Yeah. Okay. The Sans Universe is just the Bee movie on repeat? No. Close. It's about as grating. Okay, let's see. One more. Like, you know how we're made of atoms? Atoms are like, and they got a bunch of, there's like a bunch of empty space between the atoms, right? But like, we're still made up of a bunch of these like atoms and like configurations. Imagine bees. Imagine the atoms are bees. And that's what the Sans Universe is like. Speaking of bird people, I'm actually gearing up to DM a session. I have a Kitsune Samurai, a Tengu Hunter, and a Slime Girl, something, probably Rogue. Ooh. A Kitsune Samurai. I don't know what a Tengu is. Do you know?
I think it's like a bird thing.
A bird thing. Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% on that.
I'm gonna look up a Tengu right quick. I'm in no rush. What time is it?
It's a mythical creature, I believe.
7:40. Okay, so I still got like, actually I only got like 20 minutes, I think. Started at 6?
6:20.
6:20. I'll roll into 8:30. Tengu. Oh, it's one of these. What do they look like? They got those noses. Ooh. Oh my god. Look at that. That's an Anunnaki. That's what that is. No, yeah, totally. They just got the noses, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I don't know where that came from. But these are... That's super, like, I don't know. These seem really Anunnaki to me. That especially. Look at that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's an Anunnaki. Yeah. Somebody saw an Anunnaki and was like, I'm gonna draw that. Tengus are crow people. Crow people. Ooh, boy. No, I love this. I love this. I gotta read more up about the Tengus. I've seen those masks before. I didn't know that it was a specific thing. Tengus are crow people. And Anunnaki? Yeah, so part of there's something that I kind of discovered. And with 20 minutes left on the stream here, let's see if I can summarize this. So there's a relationship between... Okay, wait, nearly 1 a.m. I will see you around. Thank you for coming, Catherine Kane. But Power Rangers movie, because they were the grunts and the ninja. Ooh, okay, so anyway, there's this thing about consciousness, and it's the fact that we have an interesting way that we organize thoughts. We have an interesting way that we get thoughts, essentially, like abstract meaning and shit. And it's my belief that this stuff is based on frequency and harmony. There is a interval that we strongly associate with the sky. And let me see if I can get a keyboard out here to just play it. Can I turn that up? I wish I could. Let me duplicate this and just crank it. This is a fifth. And it is my belief that this interval is one that evokes a very specific set of mental images and abstract concepts that go with them. They're an American Power Rangers? That's, whoa. But there's this power chord has had a lot of things associated with it throughout history. We call it a power chord still, because it evokes authority. But there's a specific vision that people see. When they tune out enough, but not enough that they're fucking totally gone. If you tune out enough that you're just playing a fifth on your mind's plate of sand, there's some things that pop up. Bones or branches in a lattice network. A large bird. Maybe it might be a large bird, it might be a strange bird. It might be a creepy bird, it might be something that you see as a bird and you're like, oh, that's not a bird. No, that's a bird. Like, it's that. A bird thing. You could also call it a dragon. What else do you see? Something about the sun. They will use lines in your vision as if faint lines in your vision are solid objects on a plane in front of you, basically. They will land on the horizon. The birds will land on the horizon. They may swoop into formation. They may fly right over you. They might fly from under you. But you see a weird, bony kind of lattice. You see a huge bird, and when you look at the bird, it's just like rainbow or like fucking like trippy, kind of like it's like iridescent. It's like doesn't have like, and it's got scales. It doesn't just have feathers. It's got scales. That's another important thing. And you just feel small in comparison to this thing. Everyone I said everyone I've talked to who's had one of these visions says it's a huge fucking bird. And the sense of feeling small is also, it doubles into intellectual. You will have a sense after the bird leaves, either it, dives into the sun or burns up on the horizon or eats the sun. You will have a feeling that you want the thing to come back because it knows more than you. And like everyone on acid says that they have like some kind of thing like that if they're not totally like in tune with their surroundings. But it's this idea of a dragony bird creature who rules the sky and knows more than you. You may think you're ready to trip, you're not. Psychedelics are a very serious thing, and I would not recommend them to anyone who's trying to know more. Meet the machine elves. I don't recommend meeting the machine elves either. I wouldn't recommend that. I haven't done it, and I can't recommend meeting the machine elves. I hear they're very, they will leave you very distraught. But essentially, I just kind of call any one of these the Anunnaki, because if you look into conspiracy theories, and you look into as deep in the internet as I've gone, you will undoubtedly find almost, you don't have to look very hard. You do not have to look very hard. You can watch a video about anything in metaphysics, and someone will have a 30-second fucking, like, diversion about, and by the way, the Anunnaki, like, it's just a thing in these people's mythos. They are convinced, and they have gotten enough evidence and have gathered enough of people who've seen these visions across so many points in time. They are a race with a storyline, with a setting, with a context in relation to us. There's specific things that they know how to do that we don't. There's a planet they live on, supposedly, Planet 9, or Nibiru, as some people call it. And apparently they once enslaved humanity to make us mine gold. That's the most common thing I hear about the Anunnaki. The most common, I don't know. But I like to just call any weird, unsettling bird creature an Anunnaki. And there's always, like, I look for things. And right here I see in this drawing, there is a bird that has scales here and, like, claws. Where its wings should be, and there's a, see that?
They can't see that.
They can't. I'm just describing it. I know you can see, but like, I see there's the thing. I wish I could pull it up, but it's on the computer. I could try. If you go to Wikipedia, Tengu origins, it's on the left. That's clearly an Anunnaki vision. It's got some branches in there that the bird is sitting on. It's got some feathers that turn to scales. And these weird dragony kind of webbed wings. And it's got a face that isn't quite like a bird, but has a beak. That's totally in the same vein as a fifth. You also get, I didn't know about the power chord and this mind bird. See, the mind bird, I think the mind bird is, I think it's just a thing we have. I think it's an innate part of human consciousness, and I think it has to do with the fact that we respond to these sort of, we collect concepts in places in our mind. And if you kind of resonate enough to bring out a certain pattern, it highlights these patterns, these abstract concepts. So a lot of people will say they see bones or branches. It's the same sort of vision. They'll say they see a dragon or a bird. It's the same sort of thing that you're pulling out. It's your context gives it a different. And why I think all of these social order, that's another thing that's related to this. So whenever you hear about people talking about the elite at the top that know more than us, they always link that into, like, and they're subjugating us and they want to fuck us over, and they know more than us and we're doomed and they're gonna enslave us. It's just, for some reason, that's another part of it. And I could go into, you know, a lot of bird associations with conspiracy theories, and I think that's all bullshit. I think there's just a thing in your mind. I think there's a mind bird. But what's interesting is about how these harmonics work and why I think those are so loud. When you have... This is the frequency that we all experience right here. Say, like... This is a whole tone. You go up... You divide this whole tone in half, right? You get an octave up. If you divide it into thirds, a 2/3 ratio gives you the major fifth. If you can hear that. It's the same thing as if I did that. So, the thing about that is these two are the only real harmonics you can do on a guitar that you can just, like, hit almost without fail. The others are more precise and harder to get to because they're larger intervals. Like, I'm trying to find the minor, but I can't. There it is. And that one's kind of difficult to get to. But major thirds, when you play your mind a major third chord, that's when you can see some crazy visualizations. I'll get it that far. You don't have to do any drugs. You can just stand in the dark in a circle with people around you and just sing notes. Or you can do it in light. You can do it every Sunday morning. A lot of people do that because they want to have their brain drugs going. And they won't tell you it's brain drugs because they're convinced it's something else. Just like everyone who sees the Anunnaki aren't convinced it's a brain thing, they're convinced it's something else. But the thing is, it's all in your head, and it's not all in your head as if, like, just, it's all in your head. It's all in consciousness. It's just simply how consciousness sorts itself. It brings these things out with certain frequencies. It's very strange. I've discovered that much. I encourage everyone to meditate, because it's good for you. And it lets you adjust your mind frequency. You might see your fucking spirit bird. When I saw mine, it was a Stellar's J. But all the parts that would have been black were like rainbowy. And I didn't know it was a Stellar's J until like later I looked it up and I saw that bird. I was like, that's it. That's it. So, how much time do I got left? It's after 8, probably. Oh, it's 7 minutes to 8. Okay, I can do a little bit more arranging. And I, as a meta statement of that whole thing, I just went on a fucking 10-minute aside about the Anunnaki on my stream. So that's the kind of influence they have. That's what the Anunnaki do. And my Anunnaki character, who is a Stellar's J, is named Karo. And they are the character that is going to be on the next EP. So that's the next interval EP. What in the name of sanity is a machine elf? I can't... We can't really involve sanity if you want me to define the machine elves. I'm just letting you know. Because they're not... So the experience of the machine... Okay, I can't believe I'm describing fucking conscious beings. So the idea of a machine elf is there's a bunch of them in a circle. You show up in this, like, circle of these things, and they're bouncing, and they're trying to, like... And they're trying to, like, They're trying to get something across to you really rapidly. They're super desperate. It's like they don't have much time. Stellar's J. Oh, also Eurasian J's. Those are also really cool. I'm really into those. It's where the word Kakesu comes from. so there's, you show up to this fucking, you know, all these circles, and there's these things, they're like bouncing, and they're sort of like spinning, and they're singing, and as they sing, there's these shapes that emerge, and these, and they just like, it changes geometry, and it spins, and they're just like fucking spinning around you, and they're singing this shit, and they're like, look at this, and like, it's really hard to like understand them or to like keep up with them, but you can just grasp the gist from the tone that they're like, and they might like pass through you. They're really desperate to show you all of the fucking rules of the astral realm in a very, very short time period. I think because maybe they know they don't have much time before you snap out of it. But they're these little elf things, and they're turning and spinning and they try to talk to you, and once they start singing the shapes out, they'll stop doing that, and then they'll all sort of like turn to you, and then they'll be like just like urging you, like, you can do this, you can do the thing, just sing your fucking creations out, just do it, just fucking, no, don't do, and like, you're gonna sit there being like, I don't know, this is fucking, and you're gonna be overwhelmed, and they're very excited. Like when your friend's in a fandom, you're not, but the fandom is another dimension. Essentially, yeah. Like, you know someone who's, like, all about a thing, and you, like, just bring up the thing, and they're like, oh my god, and they just start talking, like, rapid fire for, like, 2 minutes about the most recent, like, iteration of the thing. Yes, machine elves are the things that show up when you do DMT, and they want to tell you about Homestuck, and they only have so much time. That's about the mood of the machine elves. Oh man, Judeo-Christian concept of an ofen. Wheels turning within wheels, that's another one. And wheels turning within wheels is also, that's the Ezekiel, yeah, it's the Ophanim. That's right. Wheels turning within wheels. Those are machine elves, definitely. Those are definitely machine elves. That's what those are. The Ezekiel monster, who I think is from the same book, if you read the description of the Ezekiel monster, that's kind of sort of what I took apart for Jacqueline. Took apart and reassembled for Jacqueline. The concepts, but putting the animal parts in different places. All of Jacqueline's about Jesus, and I wasn't even that obvious about it. It's about the Bible. All my music's about God now. It has been since Daydreamer. But I think divinity is just kind of sort of a thing that we all innately can access just because it's simply the interplay between concepts as we experience them. It's really weird. You gain enough life experience, you sort of get a glimpse into these other, because that's the thing, is if you have a bunch of abstract concepts in your head, you can assemble those whichever way you fucking want. Human beings, however, have a tendency to assemble these concepts in very similar ways, because there's something about concepts that are harmonious in the way that music is, because different concepts sort of dwell in different frequency ranges, so to speak, and birds happen to be there. And so does political authority. And so do bones. And, what else? What else? I forget what all the concepts are. There's bones, birds, the sky. Like, usually if you hear that, you think sky, usually. Okay. You make it interesting and not what the common perception is. You know, I think you just gotta... I think everything's fucking interesting. And I guess I can talk about things. I've never experienced the machine elves. That's not been a thing that I've had the opportunity to do. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if that kind of... DMT doesn't seem like a very fun thing. It seems more like one of those, like, you know, I gotta be at the right place in my life to do it, sort of thing. Oh, no. Okay, I got a package shipped. So, life. Life is... And another thing, just like, you know, it sort of gives you a little bit of insight on what people come up with, both how they view the real world and how they view the artificial world. I've sort of kind of found the balance between how much I think about this stuff and how much I look for it in the real world. I don't really look for this kind of stuff in the real world. I'll look for people's experiences and I'll compare them. But it's, you know, I don't live my day-to-day wanting to appease the bird aliens or in fear of the bird aliens. I think, you know, just... You can't fear things that don't fucking physically exist. What are they gonna do to you? And the thing is, another thing is, if you can be in that realm, and if you can have experiences in that realm, you just as much can make waves in that realm within your own mind. Whether anybody fucking realizes it is up to you, but it can probably help your conscious experience. If you can project your astral self into fucking Anunnaki dimension and fly around and live a whole fucking life with your bird self and lucid dreams, you might have a bit better time during the day. I don't know. You might come across concepts that assemble themselves and replay themselves in a way that is more interesting and reaches your core to a better degree because you can understand the abstract concepts from a different angle. This is all sounding very Gnostic all of a sudden. Oh yes. Oh yes, of course. I've been talking to some people that are heavy into Gnosticism. I was actually looking up what YHWH could mean the other day, and I got a pretty satisfying answer. But I don't want to go into all that because it's 8 p.m. and I want to get a little bit of this done so I can put it up for VIPs before I go to bed. So let's...
You wonder why when all of us don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights. But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. The faces come and go, but they're all talking leaving. 'Cause they say they hate it here, I wouldn't. Say they hate it here, I wouldn't disagree. But if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. The faces come and go, but they're all talking leaving. 'Cause they say they hate it here, I wouldn't disagree. But if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one celebrating. There's no more solstices, you wonder why. It's long past sunset, the weather's less than mild. I gotta walk, but most of where I go is less than a mile away. And I miss the quiet, I miss the dark, I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. In the shadows of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices, you wonder why. When all of us don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's hard to see through all the fake light charts. Is when all of us don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. The stars are
I started having this I started sort of seeing the had the revelation about, like, I had the idea that, you know, maybe there's just kind of some kind of central part of consciousness that people sort of see shit from. Then I watched this thing, it was Dave Chappelle's newest special, which is called The Bird Revelation. And I watched this thing called The Bird Revelation, and I was just like, that's funny, The Bird Revelation. And then after 2 days, I had over the next week, I had 2 people tell me about the same basic vision they had. One of them, I'd already had experiences with getting the same kind of conscious signal, and, like, I wrote a whole thing about my mythos, and then later in the day they posted in the chat, like, I heard, like, a weird thing, like, in my head, like, in the middle of, like, something about holding hands, and it was weird. But they had another vision about, the bird. It was the bird vision, and it was almost identical to a vision that my friend who took a lot of drugs, told me they saw it during a sunset. And it was like, well, you know, I've been writing this fucking universe for 10 years. So, it's really interesting when, you know, floods of it have come more recently because of this shit. But this is a thing I've had in the back of my head forever, and I started to sort of like, you know, maybe there's a reason this is just a thing in the back of everyone's fucking head. Everybody knows about the Dragon universe. Everybody's gone there at some point. We're just trying to tell stories from it. Fucking Tooch has one. Tooch has a fucking same, like, I don't know. They're not birds, though. But, like, the mechanics of the place that Tooch, you have that one universe that works literally the same as my Anunnaki universe, only it's water instead of air. We've had a lot of back and forths, like, where you'll come up with a thing, and I'll be like, that's the goddamn, that's Ocnep. One of them is a bird. Who's the bird? Your island story. What's this?
tonight.
Okay, it's that one. Island Story is a bird, and the other one's a round little demon thing, because they're both old comic strip characters. I want to use them again in something. One of the gods in the Island Story... Wait. Which god's the bird? Which god's the bird? Let's give these a rough chop. If it's spoilers, you don't gotta say anything.
All of us don't like how the world turns.
This is about to be some mental. They're only really gods because they're the oldest things they've ever met. Oh. That's interesting. It's an interesting definition of a god. There's actually, in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, if you by the time I make this and this is revealed, no one here will remember. Fucking... There's a part in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles, toward, like, at the beginning, whenever they talk about someone's lineage, like, they were descended from, descended from, you know, and they always end at Odin, who was a son of Odin, who is the son of Odin, or who came from Odin. They're like, and all of these kings of various places, like, they all came from Odin, supposedly, if you trace their lineage back far enough. And I think that's just super exemplary of the human, like, element of you get far enough into understanding shit. And then you just kind of go, and where did that come from? I don't know, God, probably. And that's kind of just an innate human thing.
Lights, but the stars are out tonight. Don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight.
I was just gonna say, what if Odin is Genghis Khan? Oh, they beat me to that. I thought I was gonna have like a thing, like a, what if Odin's Genghis Khan? And then Genghis Khan came up. It's not too out of left field. I'm simply taking what's there and combining it now. Not original.
Tonight. Big lights, the stars are out tonight.
Okay. Odin is also a god in my mythos. You would be a good example of what sort of thing? Of just kind of which... Isn't that what Jared said earlier today?
About what?
I brought up a thing like, hey, you haven't been noticing this thing, and you haven't, like, and then Jared was like, yeah, I've been experiencing the same thing. It was like, you have any example? It was like, this conversation. I don't know if you, whatever. There's something in your music, your voice, I want to say almost divine, that's not the right word. I have a major third overtone in my voice because of how fucked up it is. I know that. No, wait, that's the wrong one. I don't want to delete these. I spent time recording these. These are the ones that, yeah, that's the fucking harmonics. I don't need that shit. Alright, so let's put these, here.
But the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight.
I think I am more than an abstract concept, however. I think divinity deals purely with the abstract things that you cannot quantify materially. It's my personal... I'm gonna show up to fucking Case's stream on Mondays, learn about fucking the Anunnaki and how consciousness thinks up gods. Isn't of this world, it's because I'm an Anunnaki. I'm a bird alien. I'm a descendant of Enki. I was sent here, I showed up, I was invented last Tuesday. Not actually, I was invented on, New Year's. Everything before then is backstory. You may have some vague memories of where you've seen me before. Nope. Last Thursday. And then otherworldly. Case can't be quantified. There is one case. That's true. There's only one of me. Currently. That's not true. There's a lot of... There's fucking Case IH up in Racine. And there's that other singer named Case. Who I've never heard any other music, I just only know that they exist. And they're bigger than me.
Stars are out tonight. Stars are out tonight. Stars are out tonight. Stars are out tonight.
Oh, there we go. Wow, that would have been, if I just would have said that, that would have been really menacing, but I was gonna say, I have tendrils in all 8 dimensions. There's only one that, you can have, I'm gonna put up my DNA on the internet, and you can download it. I have my genome in full, you can have it, I don't need it.
Stars are out tonight. 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 Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. But the stars are out tonight. Stars are out tonight. Stars are out tonight. Tripping on pavement cracks, sidewalks uneven. The faces come and go, but they're all talking even. Cause they say they hate it here, I wouldn't disagree. But if you think the skies are clearer there, you'll be lost when all you see are shadows in the flicker fading, and no one celebrating. There's no more solstices, you wonder why that is. When all of us don't like how the world turns, plotting out our lives on detailed charts. Though some of you may want the world to burn, the rest of us wish we could see the stars. Though it's hard to see through all the fake lights, but the stars are out tonight. The stars are out tonight. Miss the quiet. I'm plotting out our lives on detailed chart. I miss all the things we had before we fell apart. Of the flicker fading, there's no one celebrating. There's no more solstices, you wonder why that is.
Okay. Oh! Well, up. Loud. Too loud. Alright, so it's 8:20. I haven't eaten my food. I gotta eat. I made food really quickly before I went on stream. I made food like super quick, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna." And then I didn't have time to eat before the stream, so it's just sitting there. So I was rushing myself for nothing. But I'm gonna bail on the stream for tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit more editing on this, and I will get it up for VIPs on Patreon. The VIP sheet has had an update. You can now see into all of my plans for future songs into 2020. And I will be filling out each of these bullet points as I go. I have a pretty good thing set up. It's subject to change. I don't know where I'm gonna be in 2020, but let me tell you when I'm stuck. So, what was I gonna say about the whip thing? Okay, yeah, so there's a key on, the whip progress sheet. There's a link to that in the VIP chat, and also if you get the, if you pledge to VIP, you'll get a link to the progress sheet. This is gonna be uploaded there tonight after I get, some mixing done on it, and then in a couple days, this will be going up for patrons. The Jacqueline IDP hopefully will be out everywhere at the end of the month. We're trying to track the crowd shouts for that tomorrow, because the RL versions of the crowd shouts we wanted to do to blend the other ones into didn't turn out the first time because everyone got sick, and I'm fine with that. I will also be revealing, for patrons, the remixes that will be on the full album, or on the full, I'm sorry, on the EP. It's not a full album, it's 7 songs. There's 3 of them, I think. I will be posting those as part of the EP and an update, and also just posting them individually on Patreon for people that want to hear them. I believe before the end of the week, hopefully. I keep saying hopefully. Then High M Case is coming. I keep saying High M Case is coming back in March. It is. This is the hit song coming back. And then I want to see if I can start streaming earlier and more often. If I could do Mondays and... If I could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 5 p.m., that would be great. It's an ideal. It'll probably take a bit to get there. But thank you guys for coming. this song's work in progress file will be up before the end of the night for VIPs, and it will be up for patrons by the end of the week. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for sticking around. Listen to me talk about the weird nature of reality and brain birds. I will see all of you guys around next week, hopefully. Until then, have a good week and keep climbing. See you around.